work. So by all means, we need you. The other thing, I'd like to have John Ellis and Bob Sullivan stand up. Where's Bob? Here's Bob. They are both running for CCRP Board of Trustees, District A. A majority of our members can vote for them because you have a, not everybody, but a majority of them can. And just be aware that 2 of our own associate members are running. Thank you, guys. April 5. I'm going as fast as I can because we have so many candidates. So if I'm talking too fast, listen quicker, please. Okay, April 5 is an Honor Flights program. If you're not familiar with what that is, that's it's a way of honoring the World War II veterans. It's a fundraising program that sends World War II veterans back to Washington, D.C. so they can go to the memorial. It pays for their airline ticket, a guest to go with them, their lodging, their food. It's a wonderful program. This is going to be a pancake breakfast. April 5th is a Saturday from 7 a.m. to 11. It's at, there should be information on your table also on this. It's a $5 pancake breakfast. It's going to be in the parking lot at 2260 South Rainbow Boulevard, which is between Sahara and Oakley. Many of us up here in Sun City Anthem don't get off the hill. This is well worth going into Las Vegas and supporting veterans. This past Saturday was a kickoff for voter registration held by Dr. Zanjin and Linda Schlinger at Linda's house. I came away from there as one of the people who's going to help with voter registration. I was so excited. I signed up 2 people right away and spent an hour talking with them about the state of affairs in the country. So not only did I sign up 2 new Republicans, but we enjoy talking to each other about what's going on, and you know how people like to talk about what's going on to people who agree with them. So it was very good. I enjoyed the time, and they enjoyed the time. So the voter registration program is off and running. If you have not signed up for it and you want to, please let Dot or Linda know, because it's a very worthwhile program. I'm real excited about this. We, for the first time, have a real Caring for America committee. Andrea Coleman, would you stand up for just a moment? She is our new chairperson for this committee. Her first function is going to be a barbecue at St. Jude's Ranch. It's going to be May 24th. We need people to help, and we need people to donate. So there have been sheets going around. If you see the sheet, please sign up. If you don't like helping, checks are good. Money works. So money always works. Money always works. I also want to ask you to please save the date. This year, July 12th, is going to be the PAC Gala. It was July 13th last year, and it was a huge success. Okay, I'm biased. I think this club made that gala the success it was. In fact, there's no doubt in my mind. I'd like to see us make this gala another good success. We raised, I think, around $49,000 last year. So for our first one, that was a nice start. We are going to need, Southern Hills volunteers have always done things like registering people at the convention, at conventions or at galas, at fundraising, at Leaping Day dinner. What we're going to do this year, I secured for us, the volunteers now can work the VIP room. So we're going to need about 20 volunteers, and I'm going to ask for volunteers over the next couple of months. So be aware, this is an exciting time to volunteer. You'll hear more about that later. April 11th is the Nevada Federation of Republican Women's annual spring board meeting. I'm going to take a break. Okay. This name is a misnomer. It is not a board meeting. It is something that every member of the Nevada Republican Federation of Women can attend. When you give your check for $25 to Southern Hills Republican Women, that actually is a trifecta. That gets you a membership in SHREW, in Nevada Federation, and in the National Federation of Republican Women. So our state meeting is going to be April 11th. I have information up here if you want to sign up. If you want to sign up and write your check out now, you can give it to Virginia. or you can sign, she's over there, or you can sign up online and pay through PayPal, and that'll cost you an extra $3 and something cents. So do it now. If you don't do it by March 31st, the cost will go up. So do it now. The guest speaker is going to be Dr. Dowtree, and everybody heard him who attended the National Convention last year in Kentucky. His expertise, he's written a couple books, but his expertise is how to talk to Democrats. I don't know about you guys, but I need all the help I can get, so I'm definitely going. I also want to encourage people to sign up as regents with the Nevada Federations. Regents is the arm that it's the education and it supports candidates. I'd like to see us become more active with regents. This is one area we are not real strong, and I'd like to see us get involved again. Almost there for the candidates. The last but not least is we have something April 16th called Keep the Spirit of 45 Alive. And it is being sponsored by Vegas Voice. It's going to be at the Henderson Pavilion. There's information on your table. There's also information over on the side. This is something where you can collect family and military photographs and personal stories. They will be presenting this as part of an homage to the greatest generation, our World War II veterans again. You are all invited to join in this project and support it. I can't say enough about it. There will be something in the newsletter. So it's a great way of participating. That's all I need to say. I'm now turning this over to Nikki.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first candidates forum. We're really excited today, and I hope it is as successful as we're anticipating. It says, please encourage all candidates to sign up for April 11th luncheon, 11:30 to 1:30 at South Point. Okay. Anyway, we have a really tight schedule today, so it's going to require a few guidelines. First of all, we will not be able to take any questions from the floor. So if your candidate doesn't address any of the questions you have, please ask them after the forum. And each candidate will be limited to 3 minutes. It will be monitored by our timekeeper, who is Linda Schlinger, right back here. So keep an eye at this lady right there, Linda. She will hold a white card when you have 1 minute remaining. When you have 30 seconds remaining, she will hold up a yellow card. And when your time is up, she will hold up a red card. And her phone will start beeping, and it won't stop until you're done talking. Okay, so we really want to get this, and we're real excited. So, candidates, as I state your name and begin introducing you, please start walking forward. We will ask the audience to please hold your applause until our last speaker. Let's get started. Tom McAllister, he is representing Congressman Dr. Joe Heck, who's running for re-election in CD3. Congressman Heck was elected in 2010. He serves on the Education and Workforce Committee, Armed Services Committee, House Permanent Committee on Intelligence, and chairs a subcommittee on Technical and Tactical Intelligence. He has over 25 years in public service as a physician, Army reservist, and community volunteer. As Colonel in the U.S. Army Reserves, he was called to active duty 3 times. He was President and Medical Director of Specialized Medical Operations, which provides medical training, consulting, and operational support. Representing Congressman Heck is Tom McAllister.
Hi, how are you? I feel like I don't need much introduction. Most of you already know me. I was the slave driver of 2012. If you don't know what that means, it's because you haven't volunteered for me yet. Most of you know Joe as a father, a husband, a doctor, a colonel in the U.S. Army Reserves, and not most importantly, I think a lot of people see his position as colonel as the most important. But the one we most recognize him as is the great congressman from CD3. In 2012, we witnessed something that we didn't expect to happen. We had a freshman congressman who was running in a district that was upside down. Democrats were going to beat us if they turned out all of their people. It's just the way it is. It's the math. And campaigns are all about math. You know, we can talk about the policies, we can talk about the positions, And I'd be more than happy to talk to you about the positions that Congressman Heck holds today, but as Republicans, I think most of you know, but I'd be happy to clarify any of that afterwards. But campaigns are all about math, and we were going to lose if they turned out more people than we did. However, we have a congressman who is able to work with both sides. Hear me? I heard it cut out. Right? We have a congressman that can work with both sides. We have a congressman that is willing to stand up for what is right. He's willing to put his principles first before politics. He's willing to call out leadership within his own party to make sure that we get things done. And because of those values that Congressman Joe Heck has, we were able to see him win by 7.5 points in 2012 because of the work of great volunteers like all of you. Congressman Heck will say the reason why he won in 2012 was because of the volunteers in this very room, because of all of you. Now, the weird thing was that we won by 7.5 points, but so did Obama. So you would assume that we have a 15-point win this year because we don't have the Obama machine. But that's not true. It's never true. We have Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi who have promised to max out to our new opponent, Aaron Bilbray Cohn, and they already have. We won't be surprised if President Obama comes out and does a fundraiser for her as well. So today, I'm asking for your guys' help. I'm asking for your help like I do every single month when I come here. And the reason why we need your help is because we can help all of the candidates in this room, but CD3 is one place where we can get everyone elected if we help push Congressman Heck. We can help push through the Senate candidates. We can help push through the Assembly candidates. So I want to thank you guys for your time. And if you have any questions, I'm going to be sitting over there at table 16 next to Shirley. Raise your hand, Shirley. There she is. You can come and get my card. We can come and speak. If you'd like to talk about where you stand on policy or issues, come and talk to me. Thank you.
Our next candidate, Assemblyman Crescent Hardy, candidate for House of Representatives in CD4. Crescent is a fifth-generation resident of Mesquite, Nevada. He has served as a Mesquite Public Works Director, member of the Virgin Valley Water District, and member of the Mesquite City Council. And as a two-term member of the Nevada State Assembly, where he served as Assistant Minority Leader. Crescent is a founder of the Golf for Kids fundraising program and is active in his church and community organizations, such as Junior Livestock, 4-H, veterans groups, and many more. Please welcome Crescent Hardy.
Thank you, and I thank you for the opportunity to be here. Again, my name is Crescent Hardy, and I'm running for Congress in Progressive District number 4 against Stephen Horsford. No, this is not in your district, but we do need your help. I'd like to say a little bit about myself and why I'm running for Congress. Myself is being a lifelong resident of Nevada, being a fifth-generation son of farmer and ranchers, is the reason I'm here. It was the way I was raised. And along with that, I also have a wife of 31 years, almost 32. We have 4 wonderful children, and we have our first 2 grandchildren in the last couple of months. And anybody, like I've said before, if you want to see the pictures, I've got them. I'll just share them. But it's the way I was raised is the reason I get involved in public service. And I call it public service. You hear me all right? Anyway, I call it public service because it's nothing I've ever aspired to do. As being the son of farmer ranchers, my father was a very stern individual, and so was my mother. My dad always taught me, he says, son, he says, don't come to me with a complaint unless you got an answer how to fix it. Because you sure as hell ain't gonna like the one I got. He said, and always be willing to do those things and back up and do those things that will help benefit others. And he says, if you want the horse or the wagon to go where you want it to go, you have to have control of the reins. So I'm kind of a little bit psychological maybe need to commit me, but I hear voices, and I like to respond to those voices, and I always have. And the reason I can win this race is people think a guy from Mesquite, Nevada can't come here in Las Vegas Valley and win this race. Well, I believe you're wrong. As a public servant, I've been on the water district, elected twice to the Virgin Valley Water District, which involves water throughout the state when you're involved in water. I've been elected to the City Council of Mesquite, which put me on the Regional Transportation Commission, Regional Flood Control. I was vice chairman of such. I've been on the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. I worked in the Health District. So I've got 19 to 20 years of involvement in this community. The infrastructure you see out here is, I was involved in that back in the 2000s, early 2000s, which now you're benefiting from, so I understand how that works. Anyway, one of the things that I want to make sure that I touch base on is the fact that I understand how to create jobs. Being a business person of 20 years, employing up to 350 employees at one time, I'm the only person on this ticket that can say that I've created jobs, I know how to create jobs, I've signed all sides of a check. I worked in the public sector, the private sector, and my self-employment. I would appreciate your support and love to talk to you about any of the issues you want to talk about in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next candidate, Senator Mark Hutchison, candidate for Lieutenant Governor. Mark was with the law firm of Hutchison and Stephan. In 2010, Mark was appointed lead counsel for Nevada in the lawsuit challenging Obamacare. In 2011, Mark represented the Nevada Republican Party in constitutional litigation that followed and resulted in more favorable legislative boundaries for Republicans. Mark was a member of the State Ethics Commission for 6 years, including 2 years as a chairman. In 2012, Mark was elected state senator in District 6 and served on the Commerce, Labor, and Energy Committee and the Judiciary Committee. Please welcome Mark Hutchison.
Thank you, Nikki. I feel like I have to apologize to someone. You just listened to me last month if you were here for 30 minutes. Those of you who didn't come last month but are here got a much better deal. Now it's only 3 minutes, about 10% of your time. So I'll try to summarize a little bit what I talked about last time I was with you. It's an honor to be here with you again, ladies and gentlemen. You're the great backbone of our party and of our country. I just came this morning from my 2 young children, I have 6, from their parent-teacher conference. And I wonder about their future. And I know you wonder about your children's and your grandchildren's future. I got involved in state government. As was mentioned, I was appointed by 2 different governors to represent the state of Nevada in the constitutional challenge of Obamacare. I got involved in state government because I believe our system of government is under attack. And our children and our grandchildren may very well not have the system that made us the most blessed, prosperous nation on God's green earth. And so I believe that one of the functions and roles of state government at this point in our history's time is to do what the Founding Fathers encouraged the states to do when the federal government got out of control, and that is to push back. You need people at the highest level of the executive branch in the state of Nevada who know how to push back against a crazy, out-of-control federal government. I've done that throughout my professional life. I did that when I fought Obamacare. I'll continue to do that not only as a state senator, but also if you're giving me the honor of being your next lieutenant governor, I'll do the very same thing. We have to get our country back on the bearings that the Founding Fathers put us on, with a state government and a federal government that know their bounds. And our federal government right now is completely out of control. We need to be able to push back against that. The next thing we also need to be able to do, and what else I bring to this position is, I've got a great passion and a focus on economic development and job creation. Look, there's one thing that will solve so many of our problems in this country and in the state in particular, and that's a good job. And so we've got to do everything we can as elected officials to strengthen the economy of Nevada and to create jobs. We need to play to our strengths traditionally, which have been gaming and hospitality and mining and agriculture. We also need to embrace the new Nevada economy, this new opportunity that we have, like UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. I was a supporter of that in the legislature. Nevada now is one of 6 test sites where we will be able to test and develop UAVs. This is going to create 15,000 jobs. That's the size of the mining industry over the next 10 years. It's going to have billions of dollars of economic impact. And so these are the new economies and many others that we're going to pursue as we begin to diversify more and more our economy away from gaming and hospitality. When I was young here, I'm a 3rd-generation Nevadan. There were only 2 games in the country, Nevada and New Jersey. Now you got 36 states that have some form of gaming. We've got to make a priority in the Lieutenant Governor's office to diversify our economy. I'll do that as a member of the Board of Economic Development. I'll do that as a chairman of the Commission on Tourism to promote international tourism and more rural tourism in the state of Nevada. God bless you all. I appreciate the opportunity to be your next Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker, Senator Sue Loudon, candidate for Lieutenant Governor. Sue was a Nevada Republican Party chairwoman and also served as Nevada State Senator, where she served as Majority Whip and Chairman of the Senate Taxation Committee. She is currently on the Board of Directors and Secretary-Treasurer of Archon Corporation. Previously, she was President of the Santa Fe Hotel, Executive Vice President of the Sahara, and President of the Pioneer Hotel. She received the Humanitarian and the Director Award from the Muscular Dystrophy Association Currently, Sue is on the board of directors of the Nevada Military Support Alliance. Please welcome Sue Loudon.
Thank you, and thank you all for having me back again. I also was here a couple of months ago, and you gave me 20 minutes or so, so I'm going to be very succinct in what I have to say. The Lieutenant Governor's job by statute is that you are chairman of tourism of the entire state of Nevada. It's something I've been doing for 30 years. I've been bringing people to Clark County either for a vacation, for a convention, for a special event for 30 years, to Las Vegas, and also to, most recently, to Laughlin, Nevada. I'd like to take that expertise and take it to the whole state and bring people from all over the world to our wonderful state. And I don't care where I go, where it's Elko or Winnemucca or Lovelock or Ely, everybody wants more tourism in their communities. And I intend to go out into the world as chairman of tourism. You are the face of Nevada. You are the person who goes out and captures people and brings them back home here to tell them this is the best place that they can have. You're competing against Paris. You're competing against London. You're the one who goes out and convinces people that this is the place to come. So that's the number one job that you have. I'm also someone who will sit on the board of economic development as someone who's made payroll for thousands of employees, understands regulations and taxes, is someone who will sit on that board and talk to other companies who want to come here and talk to them and their families about what it's like to really live here, what it's like to raise your 4 children here like I did. People think what are we living here in Las Vegas? They honestly don't think we have churches or temples or little leagues. They don't get it. So I'm someone who can speak to all of those things that people are curious about here in Nevada. Of course, being the president of the Senate, which is one of the duties that you have, I've been a state senator. I've been someone who's been chairman of taxation. My taxation committee was named the non-taxation committee because not one tax came out of my committee when I was the chairman. So I'm very proud of that record. I'm someone who dug in and made Nevada a better place because of the economic conditions of CIS, which is workers' comp. We privatized it when I was in the state Senate. Some of the other bills, I went forward with the Veterans License Plate Bill. If you have a Veterans License Plate, it's because I sponsored it. The Veterans Cemetery, the Veterans Home. There's some of the things that I did when I was in the state Senate. I intend to be a full-time lieutenant governor. I don't know why there's any talk that this is a part-time job. There's nothing in the statute that says it's a part-time job. It is a full-time job. It's $70,000 a year. Most people in Nevada make about $42,000. I intend, because I'm in a time in my life when my children are grown, where I can make this a full-time job. And I look forward to representing all of you. You know, the difference between the two of us, and the two of us are here, and he's my state senator, and I helped him very much become a state senator. I was so proud of him when he fought Obamacare, but then he came home and he voted for it, folks. So we can't get that out of our minds. Thank you. Early voting is 60 days away.
Thank you. The next candidate, if you can start walking up as I introduce you, is Barry Herr, candidate for state controller. Barry is experienced in the fields of financial, cost, and international accounting, along with the business management. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting, is a public accountant, certified public accountant, and has a Chartered Global Management Account certification. Barry is president of the Nevada Society of CPAs and a member of the American Institute of CPAs. He is also a member of the Chamber of Commerce, member of Toastmasters, and a former adjunct professor at UNLV. May I present Barry Herr.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Barry Herr. I'm running for state controller. Unlike my 2 previous people who were speaking, I was not here the last couple of months, and you did not hear a 30-minute speech, so I'm not going to look at the cards. I will take the 30 minutes. No, I won't. I'm an accountant, and I really can't go on that long anyway without everyone falling asleep. Like I said, I'm running for state controller. I am a CPA. I'm president of the Nevada Society of CPAs. I've been in public accounting for the last 17 years, I think it was, and in private accounting as a cost accountant, controller, and CFO of a publicly traded company for 18 years before that. And before that, I was in retail management with Kinney Shoe Corporation. I was, if you remember, the original Al Bundy. A couple of things I'd like to do when I become controller. For those of you who don't know, controller oversees the reporting of the state financials. He or she also oversees the annual audit of the financial reports. These are things that really requires a CPA, not somebody who just says they can do it or have somebody else do it. This requires somebody who can actually do it from either end. Additionally, I'll be serving on various boards, for example, the Board of Prisons and Department of Transportation. At that point, I plan on using my position as controller as a bully pulpit to make sure that we get funds for the I-11 project to bring industry, jobs to the state. Beyond that, I would also like to use the position also, again, as bully pulpit for financial literacy. We see in Washington what's happening when people don't know how to do their jobs about doing our budget, but I think the voters would understand it better if they understood what they had to do as citizens for their own personal financials. The better they understand it, the better people we're going to get voted in to office. Again, my name is Barry Herr. I'll come in under budget with my time. I am Barry Herr. I'm running for state controller, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you very much.
And since he did go on to 3 minutes, we did give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. Our next candidate is Adam Laxalt, a candidate for Attorney General. Adam is a former lieutenant in the United States Navy, trained as a prosecutor and legal advisor. Adam served as a judge advocate general. He served as special assistant U.S. attorney, assistant professor of law at the U.S. Naval Academy, and as a special advisor to the Undersecretary of State for Arms Control and International Security. Since leaving the Navy, Adam has built a law practice in Las Vegas, solving problems for a wide array of Nevadans and Nevada businesses. May I present Adam Laxalt.
I've met a few World War II vets in the room here today, and it's their service that is the reason that I'm running for this office. Our state and our country are indeed heading in the wrong direction, and this has motivated me to step up now at a tough time to make sure that we have some leadership. My wife and my 1-year-old baby and I have traveled the state, and one thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people don't know what the Attorney General does in this state. So give me a show of hands if you know what the Attorney General does in Nevada. Okay, so I find less than half in almost every crowd I'm in. So the Attorney General has 2 primary jobs. One of the main job of the Attorney General is to be the top cop, the top prosecutor, and the top law enforcement officer for the state of Nevada. Now, I served in the Navy where I was a judge advocate general. My job in the Navy was to be the top law enforcement officer on a base. I worked for a commander, and any problems that we had, if it was 2 a.m. and there was a major incident on the base, it was me, the JAG, that got the phone call. And it was a 19-year-old at the gate that would say, sir, we got a major situation here, what do we need to do? And this is the kind of advice I needed to give to our military police. So as a JAG, I've worked with our military community, I've prosecuted cases, and this is going to give me the experience I need to work with our sheriffs and our DAs around the state and make sure that Nevada and Nevada's families have the safety they need. The Attorney General needs to work on major issues that affect our states. So, for example, you hear a lot from local sheriffs that heroin is making a huge comeback, and that may shock everyone in this room. But it's really affecting our kids, it's affecting our communities. That's an example where Attorney General uses the large office of the state to make sure that we have all the laws we need to be able to protect our families. Now, I served in Iraq where I was deployed with an Army military police brigade. And it was that experience where I had to work under extreme circumstances, and we had to make sure we are working with all of our troops in the entire country of Iraq and making sure that we're rounding up all the bad guys. Rounding up all the bad guys and trying to really do what we can to get them off the streets forever. Now, the other main job of the Attorney General that almost no one knows as I travel the state is the Attorney General can be the defender of the state. The Attorney General can use this office to fight against the federal government, to sue relentlessly against an administration that nearly every day you wake up and you find they're doing something outside of the Constitution. So I'm out of time, but I'm Adam Laxalt. I'm running for Attorney General, and thank you very much.
The next candidate is Becky Harris, candidate for State Senate District 9. Becky practices law at Lawyers West. Becky represents homeowners in loan modification, short sale, debt negotiation, and bankruptcy. As a certified mediator, Becky has assisted the Nevada Foreclosure Mediation Program and assists homeowners and banks resolve their differences. Becky has also been actively involved in various organizations at her children's school, including the PTA and zoning organizations, to name just a few. In previous positions as a military spouse, Becky focused on teaching at or near her husband's military post. May I present Becky Harris.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I am grateful for your efforts at voter registration. As a candidate who's running in Senate District 9, where the voter registration does not favor Republicans, every effort that you make is important and critical for my race. So thank you for that. I don't know if you know that Senate District 9 is also nestled within Congressman Heck's district. So as you help him, you help Senate District 9. And again, that is critical as we move toward the election process, because if you've read the paper, you will know that Senate District 9 has been referred to as the swing seat. In other words, Senate District 9 could be the key to a Republican Senate majority in the Nevada State Senate, which is important as we are at a crossroads in Nevada and we look towards making changes and reforms that are so important for us at this time in our state. So I would appreciate your support as we move towards victory in November and we work hard to get the Republican turnout that we need in order to be successful. Another thing you may not know is that this race has been called in the paper and on different blogs potentially the most expensive legislative race in history. And so we're going to have a real challenge on our hands, and that's where you and your support come into play. As a state senator, my priorities will be education, jobs in the economy, particularly keeping taxes low, and housing. In terms of education, I support school choice options. I think my neighbor had the best handle on this of anybody that I've ever seen. My neighbor had 3 children. Public education helped her oldest child achieve their dreams and meet their needs the best. When their second child entered into the school district, that was not working, so they pulled that child from a traditional school and put them into a charter school. And that child was able to excel, and their youngest child was enrolled in private school where her needs could be best met. Every family in Nevada should have the opportunity to have those options made available so that our children can grow and develop and achieve the opportunities that they need to, because they're our future. In terms of job in the economy, thank you. In terms of jobs in the economy, my husband and I have been small business owners here in Nevada for a number of years. We know what it's like to do business in Nevada during times of prosperity. We understand how difficult it is to do business in Nevada during one of the worst recessions we've known. And we also know what it takes to create jobs. I'm adamantly opposed to the margins tax, and in terms of housing, I don't know of any other candidate or any other elected official that has my knowledge and understanding of housing in Nevada. I have worked with banks and lenders and homeowners for several years. I understand the federal programs and how they impact Nevada. I understand the Nevada programs. I understand what homeowners are doing and how they are impacted. We need to find long-term sustainable solutions that work for Nevada, and I will do that as your senator. Thank you.
The next speaker is Assemblyman Lynn Stewart, who is running for re-election in State Assembly District 22. Lynn is running for re-election to a 5th term as Assemblyman. He was first elected to the Assembly in 2006 and has served as Assistant Minority Floor Leader and Minority Whip. He served on the following committees: Education, Government Affairs, and Taxation. During his tenure in the Assembly, Lynn has been an advocate for education reform and says that he wants to continue that work and expand the availability of charter, magnet, and technical schools in Nevada. Please welcome Lynn Stewart.
Thank you very much, ladies, and some of you gentlemen too. I want to clear up one thing. Republicans like women. We like most women. There's some we don't like. One thing, Perhaps Michelle Obama? Nancy Pelosi? How about Hillary Clinton? Other than that, we love women, and I love women. I've been married to one for 47 years. I have a daughter, 4 granddaughters. They rule my life. I enjoy their rule. I've been in the Assembly now for 8 years almost. I've enjoyed it. My priorities are job creation, and job creation. Other than that, education reform, health care, and to protect our veterans. I've had several bills to protect our veterans. Some people have said that I've supported Obamacare. I don't support anything that has Obama in front of it. Nothing. I have a reputation of being short in my speeches, so I'll keep that reputation. And thank you very much. Lynn Stewart, running for Assembly 22 again. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Is Victoria Seaman here? I don't. Okay. All right, maybe she'll be joining us later. Our next candidate is Assistant Sheriff Joe Lombardo, candidate for Clark County Sheriff. Joe has a total of 25 years of service in the Metropolitan Police Department and has risen through the ranks, serving as patrol officer, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and deputy chief. In 2011, he was promoted to his current position as assistant sheriff. Joe has extensive leadership experience and has served as commander in the following areas: Homeland Security, Search and Rescue, Patrol Division, Administrative and Science Division, Technology and Support Division, and Professional Standards Division. May I present Joe Lombardo.
Thank you. Right when I put food in my mouth, I got called. So I waited all that time, but I'll do the best I can. Where's Adam at? Adam, we also have a problem with marijuana, just so you know, not just heroin. I'm Joe Lombardo. I'm running for sheriff, and I appreciate you having me here today. As was said, I have 26 years on the police department, but let me tell you a little bit something about Joe Lombardo. I came here in 1976. My dad retired out of Nellis Air Force Base, and he retired with the Air Force, and then I went to Rancho High School. I graduated Rancho High School over in North Las Vegas in 1980, and I decided to go to UNLV. I got my bachelor's degree from UNLV, and then I joined the police department in 1988. I decided I didn't like my career with my bachelor's degree. I decided I wanted a little bit more exciting career, and I've never looked back on that decision to join the police department. While I was on the police department, I received my master's degree in crisis and emergency management. I'm one of those very few people that my master's degree is related to the field I'm working in. So I'm very proud of that. And I worked my way through the ranks. I am currently number 3 in the chain of command. So on a daily basis, I'm involved in all critical aspects of the sheriff's office. So what do I want to do with the sheriff's office, or what do I want to do with the police department? I want to give this community a better quality of life. I want to continue to make a difference. I love this community. My family lives here. I love the police department. So I want to continue in that vein. I want to give the community a police department that's professional, accountable, and fiscally responsible. You know, through my career, I've either worked, developed, managed, or led many of the important initiatives associated with the police department. More often than not, we have some critical aspects that occur during police work, as you can imagine, and more often than not, I am the person that's tapped on the shoulder to solve those problems. I am endorsed by my 2 best friends and my 2 mentors, former Sheriff Bill Young and current Sheriff Doug Gillespie. They taught me the value of true leadership and the importance of value and change. So with that being said, I want my education, my experience, and my vision to speak for your vote. I'm Joe Lombardo. I'm running for sheriff, and I appreciate your vote.
Thank you. Our next candidate is Captain Larry Burns, candidate for Clark County Sheriff. Larry is a 27-year veteran of the Metropolitan Police Department and has served in numerous leadership positions. Currently, he is captain of the Golden Area Command, which covers 1/8 of Las Vegas population. Under his command, the violent crime rate in the Golden area decreased. Larry was a SWAT commander, a criminal intelligence section supervisor, and is a nationally recognized tactical instructor. Larry is on the board of directors for the Ensign Federal Credit Union and the Police Managers and Supervisors Association. Please welcome Larry Burns.
Thank you very much, and thank you to those who have put this wonderful event on. The wonderful food, and to have all of you present midday is truly a wonderful thing. I'm running for Clark County Sheriff because I believe that we can do better than what we have done. I believe it's time for a change. I believe that when we swear an oath, we call it duty. It's about at this level. But that what you deserve in this community is a level of service which is much, much higher. Service is a choice, duty is an obligation, and I believe you deserve that service that you would get from me. I believe that we've got to do something about our roadways. 105 fatalities last year on metro roadways alone. We've got to do everything, not just something, everything that we possibly can to intervene in those 210 families that are affected by just the fatalities, but more than that, by the many, many serious accidents that result in serious injuries, and that will be a priority with me. I believe that when it comes to use of force, that it needs to be expeditious, that you deserve a response quickly as to what occurred and why it occurred. We owe you that, and I promise you that as well. I also believe that because of our history tells us this, that we have got to do everything that we possibly can do to protect our schools. Each one of our schools are so unique and so different. And I commit to you as a former tactical expert, to ensure that each and every one of our schools are protected so that our children are protected, our teachers are protected to and from schools, and especially while they're in those individual buildings. And then I promise to you that I will be fiscally responsible to ensure that the services that we provide are the services that you require, that you want, and that they are given to you in a fiscally responsible way. We are servants to the community. I've never forgotten the slogan that's on the side of every Metro car, partners with the community. And under my administration, that's exactly what we will be, is partners with you, the community. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Richard Scotty, candidate for District Court Judge, Department 2. Richard practices law in the fields of business, construction, and general civil litigation. He was one of the principal attorneys in the longest civil jury trial in the history of Nevada, resulting in a successful verdict. Richard served for over 12 years for the State Bar Fee Dispute Arbitration Committee and 10 years as a Supreme Court settlement judge. He served as one of the original Supreme Court foreclosure mediators and is in his 4th year as a member of the State Bar Board of Governors. May I present Richard Scotty.
Thank you very much. I'm really honored to be here. Thank you for hosting this wonderful forum. You just heard my qualifications. What you didn't hear is I've been a member of this organization, an associate member for several years, and I've actually sponsored several officers of the Clark County Republican Party and the Nevada Republican Party, so I'm pleased to be a supporter of your organization. Also, what you didn't hear is I'm one of your neighbors. I'm a 4-year resident of Anthem. I live just down the hill, and I've also been a 21-year resident of Henderson. Now, since you've heard my qualifications and you know a little bit about me personally, I want to actually touch on some of my childhood. And the reason why I want to do that is a few days ago I was going through an old box. And in this old box I found an old book that meant a lot to me. And this is an old book. It's called Meet Abraham Lincoln. I had this book when I was in 3rd grade, and I remember that because when you open it up, it says Richard, 3rd grade, and it has my old address in it. And this book meant a lot to me, and let me tell you, my mom never taught me, she never taught me what political party I should be. She never taught me what to think, she taught me how to think. And she taught me important values. And she taught me how to learn and how to make decisions. And part of that was buying this book for me. And in this book, I just want to read a page from this book. This is an important book. It's simple language, but it's important because it helps remind us of one of our greatest presidents. He mentioned in this book, it says, Lincoln said it was wrong for Congress to help slavery spread all over the United States. It was bad enough having it in the southern states. And he began making speeches against the Kansas-Nebraska law. Then later on in the book it says that he wrote a paper called the Emancipation Proclamation. This paper said that all slaves in the Confederacy were free. Later on it talks about the Gettysburg Address. that Lincoln gave the speech at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. There had been a great battle at Gettysburg. The soldiers who died in the battle were buried there. Lincoln spoke for less than 3 minutes. He said that the United States was a country of liberty. In it, all men were equal. And he said that the soldiers had died so that the United States might be free. It's one of the most beautiful speeches ever made, and we called it the Gettysburg Address. This book helped inspire me. It helped me to recognize one of our great presidents. It helped me form who I am today. Let me tell you that if elected as judge for District Court Department 2, I will honor the words of Abraham Lincoln. I will respect individual liberty. I will respect equal rights. I will be a hardworking judge, and I hope to earn your support. Please vote for Scotty for judge, District Court Judge, Department 2. I look forward to meeting with more of you after the forum. Thank you very much.
Our next candidate is Constable Earl Mitchell, who's running for re-election as Constable of Henderson. Earl has been the Constable for Henderson since 1995. Prior to this, Earl served over 20 years in the U.S. Navy and Navy Reserve and was a police officer with the Henderson Police Department for 22 years. For nearly 20 years, Earl has dedicated his life to providing the citizens of Henderson with a constable office that is efficient, fair, and financially responsible. And in fact, the Henderson Constable's Office is one of the most fiscally sound departments in all of Clark County. Please welcome Earl Mitchell.
Thank you, Nikki. Gee, you took my script. Here's my 3 minutes. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to everyone. As Nikki stated, my name is Earl Mitchell. I am your Henderson Constable, and I like to say these days, I'm the good constable. little background in addition to what she had stated. I've been here in the community almost 40 years, here locally. Like she stated, I served 21 years in the Navy, active and reserve, and I like to proudly say that my oldest son is an officer in the Navy. He's been in for 10 years. I also have over 28 years experience in law enforcement. And I'd like to add, even though the Attorney General may be the top law enforcement position in the state, the Constable's Office is the oldest in the state. A little background and history on the Constable's Office, because that's the most common question that I get. It was the first law enforcement in Nevada, 1851, back in the Carson Valley. And here in Henderson Township, it's actually the oldest law enforcement in Henderson. Back during World War II, when we had the plants out here, the county commission created the Henderson Township. And the very first constable was a Clark County deputy sheriff that did both positions. And that was created in 1944. So that was 9 years before the city was here. Now the office that I'm currently in for 20 years, I'd like to proudly say that we probably use the least amount of tax dollars of any of the county departments. In fact, I've cut my budget about 25% over the past several years during these tough fiscal times. And a lot of that is due to what I call my A-team, my deputies and the people that work in the front office. We also partnership with the community. That's very important. I believe in giving back to the community. Work with the schools, such as CT Soul. I do a lot of work with Hope Link, and also with some of the churches like Giving Life Ministries and Central. I also, along with that, I definitely am proud to say in 20 years, never had a civil rights violation or use of force, which I think is important. Thank you. My office is run with professionalism, integrity, and compassion. And I want to thank you very much for this opportunity. I do encourage everyone to vote, and I can certainly use your vote June 10th on the primary. Thank you very much.
Has Victoria Seaman, has she shown up? No. Okay. And Niger Ennis was our last speaker. He was going to be getting here about 12:30, and I don't see him here. So as far as I can tell, this concludes our candidates forum. I want to thank everybody for participating and keeping to our 3-minute maximum. And if we can give our candidates a round of applause. We will be having a second candidates forum on May 27th. So if you'd like to be part of our May 27th candidates forum, please let me know. Next month in April, we will have as our featured speaker is Republican Secretary of State candidate Barbara Sagatsky. Thank you all.
I never heard so many people speak so quickly in all my life. Thank you guys. You did it in 3 minutes each. One thing I forgot to mention, the Clark County Republican Party has a Trailblazer program. This is a program where you can, it's a pledge card, you can individually sign up to pledge money to the Clark County Republican Party. If you're interested, we have these sitting up here. Because of the laws, you cannot, we tried where you could give it to us, we could pass it on. We can't do that because of the campaign laws and all the different laws that judge everything that has anything to do with money. So this is what we need to do to get money to the Clark County Republican Party. Now's a good time actually for the raffle drawing. We're very fortunate to have Paula Richter always do our basket. She does it, I won it one time in 4 years. And it's like the old ad with the guy getting out of the Volkswagen. All right, hold on, Niger and this just showed up. So I'm going to hold my story. We're going to let you hear Niger. And
no, finish your story.
Niger was part of our planned program today. He is our last guest speaker. He is candidate for the House of Representatives in CD4. Niger Ennis currently serves as the national spokesman for the Congress of Racial Equality Corps and is a former chief strategist for the TeaParty.net. He works closely with the national chairman and represents CORE across the U.S. and around the world. He also serves as co-chairman of the Affordable Power Alliance, Senior Citizen Advocates, various chambers of commerce, advisory committee at Project 21 for the National Center for Public Policy Research, consultant to EEN247.com, NRA membership committee, and is a NRA lifetime member. In December 2012, Niger co-founded the New America organization. Please welcome Niger.
Okay, can you hear me without the mic? No. I'll use the mic. Thank you so much, and it's such a pleasure to be here. This is the first time I'm here actually as a candidate for office, which is a different experience. I'm going to be very brief. I think the program is already gone, and I want to continue, and I don't want to interrupt it. I just want to say the reason I'm running for office and I'm running for Congress is not because I woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm tired of my old job. I think I want to do something else. Or because I want to be somebody special by going to Washington, D.C. The reason I'm running for Congress is because I believe our nation is in crisis. You know, a couple of centuries ago, Thomas Paine, great writer, wrote in The American Crisis, these are the times that try men's souls. And I believe that the American crisis that he was dealing with back when during the Revolutionary War, when we were fighting the greatest power on earth, the British Empire, that we are facing a similar challenge today. But the challenge is not coming from some foreign power. No foreign power on the planet can take down the United States of America. But nevertheless, we ourselves can take ourselves down. And the direction that we're moving in, $17.4 trillion in debt, a government that has more and more power over our daily lives, a so-called recovery that is a smoke and mirrors recovery, and is actually a nice recovery for investors, and I have no problem with investors. Some of you may be here. But the fact is that this Federal Reserve stimulated recovery is not trickling down. Big government, one-size-fits-all policy from Washington, D.C. is not trickling down. So at a time that because of a phony Fed policy of printing money is making record profits on Wall Street, incomes of average Americans is remaining flat. And income inequality is worse now than when Barack Obama and Harry Reid and Stephen Horsford walked into office. Well, I tell you folks, when Stephen Horsford and Barack Obama and Harry Reid and the Democrats want to talk about income inequality, I say bring it on. I'm going to talk about it as well. I can win this race.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Thank you. My district, as you know, is a reflection of where America is going to be in several years from now, demographically. It's 54% minority, 27% Latino, 16% African American, 9% Asian American. That is the future of our state. That is the future of our country. If we as Republicans do not roll up our sleeves and go into communities that we have ignored or not paid enough attention to, we will lose and become a permanent minority party in our country. I'm not going to let that happen. I hope you're not going to let that happen. And in this race, oh, I got to wrap up. Good. In this race, I'm going to take it to Stephen Horsford. I'm going to take it to the Democrats. And what I say up in Yerington, I'm going to say on Martin Luther King Boulevard in North Las Vegas. I welcome your support. Thank you for your time. God bless you. Very quickly, sorry. Tomorrow night, I'm blessed, lucky to have the support of Sheldon Adelson.
Right.
And he's throwing a reception for me at his home tomorrow night. I've got some flyers here if any of you are interested in attending. And don't be afraid by what you see on the sticker price. I'm willing to negotiate. But I hope to see you all. And if I don't see you tomorrow night, I will certainly see you throughout the campaign. God bless. Thank you.
Okay, real quick, actually, we are, believe it or not, a little ahead of schedule. I'm going to do something we were not going to do. I'm going to ask all the candidates who are here but are not speakers, please come up and we will let people know who you are. Introduce yourself, say what you're running, and then we'll go to the next one. So at least the members can see who our candidates are who are not speaking. Because we have three extra minutes. So, I'll start with you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate being here. My name is Robert Kurth. I'm a candidate for Family Court Judge, Department D, countywide race, like all these district court judge candidates. Robert Kurth, Family Court D. Thank you.
Lynn Hughes, longtime Las Vegas resident, and I'm running in Family Court C. This is one of the 2 open seats that's available in Family Court. And gotta say, I'm the only conservative running, so we need good people. I want to be one of them. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Maria Mascal. I'm running for Family Court Judge in Department T. That's T as in judicial temperament, timely, and thorough. Thank you very much. I ask for your support. I'm the only conservative running in my race as well. Thank you. Hi, Patricia Farley, Senate Seat District 8. I am in one of the 3 most contested Senate seats for Republican Party to take the majority back over. So I appreciate your support, and I'm happy to be here. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Jacob Hafter. I'm running for Department 22, and it would be an honor to be your judge. Once again, Jacob Hafter, Department 22. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Steve Smith. I'm the challenger in District Court Department 4. Only get a few seconds here, so I'll leave with the words of Judge Bonaventure, the truth knows few words. Steve Smith, early on the ballot, 2 Smiths. I hope you'll consider me and vote for me as your next District Court Judge, Department 4. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Marina Hughes. I'm running for Family Court Department J. I am the most qualified candidate in the race. I have a primary, so please remember to vote early. Rena Hughes, Department J. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Judge Potter in the Family Court Department M. I'm running for re-election. You won't see me in your primary ballot, so hopefully we'll get more opportunities to talk. But remember me in November. I'm Harry Potter's older and better looking brother. I'm still magical though.
Hi, Jason Stoffel, running for Family Court Department S. S for Stoffel. If I'm in my way, I'll be Bill Potter's neighbor on the 10th floor of the Regional Justice Center. Like him, I have no primary. I go right to the November election. S for Stoffel, Jason Stoffel, Department S. Thank you for your support.
Good afternoon. I'm Judge Adriana Escobar, and I've been on the bench for less than 2 years. I've been an attorney for 23 years. I was appointed by Governor Sandoval, and many of the women in this and the members of this group helped me to be retained last time. It's Department 14, and someone asked me a very good question. What does that mean? It means all of Clark County. It's just our courtroom number. So anyone here can vote, and it's Adriana Escobar. Vote Department 14 in 2014. Thank you.
We're going to, I have a note here also to request all the candidates who are here, please sign up. We have a candidate sign-up sheet. Please sign up and come out for our April 11 luncheon. It's the Nevada Federation of Republican Women April 11 luncheon. We'd love to have you there. It's from 11:30 to 1:30 at South Point. If you want to do it, Virginia, stand up, see Virginia. She will help you sign up. The other thing I want to say is this Saturday is the Clark County Republican Party. We have organized carpools. Carolyn Von Gortler, many of you are familiar with, is putting together carpools. If you're helping, we'll have a carpool for people volunteering to help. Or if you're just a delegate, we'll have carpools for delegates. I'm going to turn it over to Kathy in the raffle.
Thank you. For our Wounded Warrior today, we collected $200. Thank all of you so much. We are a continuous supporter of the Wounded Warrior, and we really help out that organization, one of the best organizations there is. So our basket, our beautiful basket right here that Paul Richter put together, it is your orange ticket, and the winning number is 497497. Orange ticket 497497. One more time. Do we have it? Oh, there we go. Have a winner. Okay, and in our 50-50, which half of that goes to support our candidates, the other half we divvy up among the winners. We're going to have 6 $20 winners today. It's your yellow tickets, so get those out. And the first number is 098557. 098557. Oh, there's a winner. Come on up and pick up your money. And our second winner is 097186. 097186. Okay, you guys got to come up here and get your money. If you don't, then I'm just going to take it. Okay, next is 098461. 098461. Great, come on up, get your money. Next one is 098437. Okay, that's all right, just take one. Take that. So did anyone answer to this? 098437. Come on up. Next one is 097670. 0976. Okay, over here. Come on up and get your money. And the last number is 097178. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
I started to tell you I won this basket one time in 4 years, and I opened it up in the kitchen. I took the plastic off, and I took this one bottle of wine out, and I took this box of crackers out, and I took this thing of cheese out, and I kept taking things out and things out. You know the old cartoon of the Volkswagen and 35 people get out of the car? Honestly, I sat down, I got a tablet, I was so excited, I got a tablet. It filled an entire sheet of paper, lined paper, and everything kept coming. I thought, my husband, I couldn't believe what was in there. So anytime you have an opportunity for one of Paula's baskets, definitely it's worth the money. Besides, the money goes to a good cause. This is a basket that she's made for me. This is going to be in the Nevada Federation of Republican Women. Women's Club donates a basketball raffle. This is our, and it's even bigger than what she normally does. So, you know, she does incredible work. Thank you, Paula. We do appreciate it. I want to remind everybody that in April, our guest speaker is Barbara Sagaski, and you all know her, and she's a favorite of ours, so we hope to see you then. I want to remind you to leave your badges on the table or as you leave, and I want to thank everyone for coming. You do not have to leave. You can mingle with the candidates if you like. I don't see anybody getting up. I think it's probably a sign of one of our better luncheons. So thank you. We're glad to have you.
I know, you missed that one. That's all right.
I know, it's the part of me that is very humbled. But actually, today the civilian group came out and sponsored me. 83% of them voted for me, and 96% of the rank and file supported me. And then in a couple of days, we expect the supervisors to come out. I went easy today. I went easy today.
Good, man. Great stuff. My brother was on his team. He married my brother. We're like blood right here, man.
Yep. How are you doing? Good?
Good, yeah.
Good. All right.
Good, man. Rock and roll, you know.
Yeah.
Taking the swings and arrows.
Oh,
making it happen. It's crazy. Yeah, but it's not.
You're going to have to go out, all the way out, and you'll see a mirror, and you're going to make a run. So it's going to be past the bar, past the entrance. You'll see a mirror, and make a left on your right-hand side.